Welcome to today's Dean Signal. We're diving into some really helpful insights today, all about navigating those moments when, doubts about our faith pop up,
Yeah, that happens.
and also that feeling of maybe not being quite as strong in our convictions as we'd like to be.
Definitely relatable.
So our aim, really, is to understand the core guidance in our source for tackling these challenges head on.
And it's a common struggle, right? This source speaks directly to that experience of uncertainty.
Okay, so first off, the source acknowledges that having doubts, it isn't some kind of personal failing. It can honestly happen to anyone.
That's really important to state up front, I think. Takes the pressure off a bit.
Yeah. And the initial advice is pretty direct. Seek refuge in Allah from shaitan, from Satan, and actively, stop those thoughts.
Right. Don't let them linger or spiral.
So what's the reasoning behind that specific instruction? Why focus on shaitan?
Well, the perspective offered is quite interesting. It suggests these doubts are often like whispers, Whispers from Shaitan, and the intention behind them is supposedly to create despair, to kind of knock you off course.
Okay, so it's framed less as your faith is weak and more like an external attack you need to defend against.
Exactly, like recognizing a negative voice that's trying to undermine you.
That feels like a more empowering way to view it, actually. So if these are whispers, how do you counter them? The source talks about being busy.
Yeah, but busy in a specific way. The instruction is to intentionally fill your time and your mind with beneficial things.
Beneficial knowledge and righteous actions, it says.
Precisely. So think studying, engaging in good deeds, prayer, things that actively push out the negativity by filling that space with something positive and purposeful.
Okay, so you're actively building a stronger internal defense, you could say,
That's a good way to put it. And it ties into the other advice, too.
which is seeking knowledge from reliable sources and spending time with righteous people.
Exactly. It's about building a support system. Trustworthy knowledge gives you a solid foundation, helps you tell truth from, well, those whispers.
And being around good, supportive people, that creates an environment where faith is reinforced, not questioned constantly.
Right. It strengthens your resolve.
Now let's shift a bit. The source also touches on something else. Many of us feel that lack of confidence, like, am I doing enough? Or do I even know enough?
Ah, yes. That feeling of inadequacy in religious practice or understanding. It's common.
So what's the guidance there? Does it say you need to suddenly become a scholar?
No, not at all, actually. The advice is much more gentle, maybe. It's about focusing on doing what you are capable of right now.
Based on your current understanding.
Yes. Don't get paralyzed by thinking about all the things you don't know yet or can't do yet. It's about the effort, the striving.
Focus on the progress, not some impossible perfection.
And there's that really comforting principle highlighted too. Allah doesn't burden a soul beyond what it can bear.
That's huge. It puts the focus back on sincerity, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Sincerity and just the genuine effort to improve, that's what really counts. Even if you feel you're falling short, that act of striving has immense value. It's about your personal best within your capacity.
Okay, so let's try and wrap up this Dean signal. The key takeaways seem to be, first, recognize that those negative doubts might be external whispers.
Right. Understand their potential source.
Second, actively resist them. Seek refuge in Allah. Don't just let them sit there and grow.
Ultimately push back.
And third, counter them by filling your life with good things, beneficial knowledge, righteous actions.
Replace the negative with positive engagement.
And finally, when it comes to confidence, focus on your personal growth, what you can do right now. Trust that sincere effort matters more than feeling perfectly adequate.
Exactly. Recognize the source, resist actively, engage positively, and focus on striving within your capacity.
It's a practical framework. So here's a final thought for you to consider. How could you apply this strategy, actively redirecting focus, seeking positive reinforcement to strengthen your inner conviction in any area of life where maybe self-doubt or that feeling of not being good enough creeps in?
That's a great point. The principle seems broadly applicable.